looking to play here for pride and to get back into the Kenya Cup direct. With me today, to begin with, is Vincent Mose, former Kenya international and former Impala player, now working with the Impala technical bench. Vincent, welcome. What are you looking for from your players today?
I think we want to compete. I think if you look at our last few fixtures with Nondis, we've lost against them. So we want to change the fortunes. Of course, we are playing at home, and we're excited to be playing Nondis. Yeah.
Yes, you are playing at home, and as you say, Nondis are undefeated so far. Yeah. Where do you think are their weak points, and how can you unlock this Nondis team?
I think we have a very physical forwards and a very steady back line, so I think we'll compete in every section. Yeah, so we're up for the challenge. Yeah.
You've obviously got some key players in your team, Paulo Imbo, Samuel Liech, Anthony Nyandegisi, a lot of experience there. Yeah. What are you telling the boys in the build-up to this week? What was your message to them?
I think last weekend we lost, unfortunately. So we just want to see if we can get a little bit more motivation. Also, we're playing for fourth spot. Yeah, so that is also hanging on the line. So that's our biggest motivation for this game.
Thank you very much, Vincent Mose, and all the best in your game today.
Thank you, Khalil.
All the best. That was Vincent Mose, and you've heard what he has to do to unlock this Nondis side that has been really, really fantastic throughout their run in the game. Unbeaten so far, putting sides away with ease. And with me is the man behind the job. It's Callum Oliver. Callum, thank you, and thank you for gracing us with your time. Welcome. Tell us, what are you expecting from your Nondis side today?
Well, I just want to have a performance, to be honest. We haven't played particularly well in the last few weeks, or let's say the standards that we're trying to set ourselves. You know, we've secured our position as the top of the league and therefore a semi-final place. So we just want to put a performance on. Obviously, it's a big day. It's a derby. There's a lot of history in this game. There's a lot of friendships and a lot of hate as well. So we just want to put a performance on. That's all we want to do.
Yes, everyone's been talking about the impressive sort of run that you've had throughout the season. What do you attest it to? How do you keep it going?
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it down to a lot of hard work, to be honest. We started a really long pre-season. We had a 3-month pre-season before the league began. We only lost one player during the off-season between when we got relegated and now. And obviously we've gained a few players in the transfer window over Christmas. So the guys have worked incredibly hard. I think, to be honest, a lot of what we have in place and what we have now was done in the previous management. You know, Foxy Willis did a lot of fantastic work, and you know now we are reaping the benefit. And yeah, we see where we go, and hopefully we continue to improve. You know, we've got a lot of work to do. There's nowhere near it. We're finished, the finished article, so we just keep working hard.
How do you get your boys motivated for what is considered maybe a dead rubber for you? What is the week?
This isn't a dead rubber. This is not a dead rubber. This isn't. You know, guys have looked forward to this game all year. You know, look, it's a derby. We're just down the road. We've got ex Impala members as part of our team. They've got some ex-Nondi members as part of our team. You know, so the reality is this isn't a dead rubber for us. There's cups on the line. And so we just, we're amped up for it. We've picked what we thought is our strongest team for this game. And we haven't really looked forward too far forward in terms of next week either.
Thank you very much, Callum, and great talking to you.
Cheers, Callum. Thanks a lot.
Yes, you've heard it from the Nondis coach, head coach, Callum Oliver. I mean, he says they've got everything to play for. They're going for it. The team is heated up. And let's just see if the boys can live up to the expectation. I'm back here with Kenya International Kevin, former Impala player, Kevin Gisore. Kevin, you've heard from the two coaches. What's your take from their message to their players?
Well, that's a confident coach from Nondis. Like, you can tell that's a well-oiled machine. Like I said, pre-season counted for a lot for how Nondis is playing. But there's been a bit of momentum on Impala side based on what Moses said. So we're hoping that momentum will build up to what will be a crack of a game today.
Great to see Vincent Mose join the technical bench at Impala. Great servant of Kenya Rugby, Impala in particular also. Great chap all round. What do you think? What do you think he adds to the team, and what actually the team needs right now?
You know, you always need that extra voice in your ear. Somebody who's been there, somebody who's served the club for so long. He knows one or two things about culture and how the club operates. So it's a great booster to the players and to get them going, you know, just to pump them up, yeah.
As we see, we can see pictures there, the crowds coming in slowly. We're here at the Impala grounds in Ngong Road, eagerly anticipating on this very, very hot day. I think we're clocking almost 30 degrees, hot ground.
I would have guessed 35.
We've not had rain in this part of the world for quite a while. So it's really going to take a toll on its players. Kevin, we were watching last week. We were watching the Kenya Cup contest between KCB and Kabras, and we saw that the sort of effect water breaks have on a game. It sort of killed Kabras's momentum. What do you think? I mean, we've talked about this. What do you think the weather and sort of the conditions will play in today? Who do you think it favors today?
I'm hoping us, because it's our pitch. We're used to training here and playing here, so we know every inch of grass on this pitch. So I'm hoping it will favor us. The sun is just the sun. Everybody will be affected. But I think being on a familiar surface will play a lot for Impala.
Yeah, and again, so I mean, it's hot. It's going to be draining out there.
Yeah.
Where do you think, on sections of the pitch, where is it going to be? Where is it going to be won? We're looking. There's high winds. It's quite humid. It's hot. Where do you think which sections of the pitch is it going to be winning? In the forwards, in the backs, the halfbacks, the back row. Where do you think teams need to play to win it today?
It will come down probably to the kickers because of the wind. There's a bit of a draft, and kicking, I mean, technically and for post. So yeah, I think it will really, and also I think line out throws, because it's quite windy. Yeah, so I think the wind will have a bit of a say in terms of the result. Yeah.
So pretty much a contest of number 10s. And talking about number 10s, let's talk about a Kenya favorite, an Impala favorite, Sammy Olechi at 10. What flavor does he add to this team?
Well, I don't need to say much about Sammy. Sammy is Sammy. He's, I would say, an X-factor player. He can create something from nothing, literally, and I'm hoping he switches on from minute 1 today, because he kind of controls how the team plays and the momentum and the tone of the team. So yeah, we're hoping he's switched on.
Kevin seems to be very confident about the Impala side winning this one, which they really need to. Just give us a brief on what actually happens, what needs to happen, who plays who, what other results need to go your way just for Impala to get into this playoff spot.
First things first, we have to get the job done. And by getting the job done we grab all the points, 5 points. Yeah, that's all we can do on our part. The rest, there's nothing much we can do to control that. But we're hoping for Pirates loss, and yeah, maybe that way we'll definitely slot into the number 4 position, and that's where we want to be.
So just to give a brief, of what's happening is that Nondi sit in first position, Daystar Falcons are in second position, third position is. We can see that's actually Impala. That's Impala in their secret hiding place. Sorry about that. Secret hiding place, going through their paces. You can see them. Again, the communication is up. The teams seem really revved up. I'm really, really looking forward to this contest today. So as we're talking, we know that Daystar Falcons play South Coast Pirates. They travel up to Nairobi. So you need that result to go your way, which means Daystar winning that for Impala to be then Impala, as you said, Impala need to do Impala need to do their business and win that. Funny enough, if everything goes your way, you play Nondis again.
We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We were hoping, because we are very friendly, the two clubs, we were hoping both of us would go back to Kenya Cup as number 1 and number 2, regardless of who's number 1 and who's number 2. But whatever has happened, and we find ourselves here, so we want Nondis to stay. We want to be in the final, and for us to be in the final, we have to eliminate Nondis. If everything goes our way, that's it.
Correct. And we're looking at Impala's starting lineup. Some interesting setups there. I'm particularly excited about your back row. Give us a run through about what those boys have to do today.
Young, hungry, and they have to work rate. It's just work rate. And you like you said, we watched the KCB Kabras game last weekend, and it was won in the back rows. And I feel like that will have a lot to say about today's game as well. The back rows need to be switched on. They need to be hungry and win individual battles. Yeah. it's important.
I mean, and we talk about the battles at the back row. You've got the likes of Tyson Okoth, pairing up against Steve Odhiambo on the other side with Nondis and Fidel Olo. A lot of experience on both sides. And as you're saying, both teams need to come to the party. But where do you think there's a weak link in this Nondi side? Because they have really put sides apart. And I'll keep on asking this: where do you see they can be opened up?
It's hard to actually get any fault in this Nondis team, judging on how they've been playing. But I think our halfbacks need to be quicker with the ball. We need to move the ball quicker than them. And if we can get the mismatches, maybe we can expose a few chinks in their armor.
We must remind you that, yes, it's Impala versus Nondis, but it's a KRU championship side, something that we're not used to, as you see Nondis warming up there behind us. Let's talk a bit about what both these teams are fighting to go for, the Kenya Cup. That is also turning out to be very exciting, both at the top of the table and at the bottom. Today, KCB play Machine. They travel to Machine to play Machine. Machine lose that game, they're going down. I mean, the form book says that should happen. Some interesting battles. There's Cabras versus Oilers. Queens playing Strathmore. Everyone's still fighting. And then at the bottom, it's pretty interesting too. Just give me an overview of what the Kenya Cup has been for you, and who do you see coming out tops at the end of it all?
Oh, at the end of it all? Judging by what we saw last weekend, Cabras is really strong. I don't see any team stopping them, judging how they're playing. So it's unfortunate it's been a tie between two clubs for a long time. Maybe, hopefully that can change in the coming seasons, but as it stands, Cabras will be in the final.
Well, you're obviously saying that the likes of Oilers, Queens, Nakuru, who are sort of fighting for that playoff spot, you just think the gap is too big between them and Cabras?
They've been putting up massive scores, KCB as well. Oilers, I don't know what is happening there. They lost, that was a big score against KCB, considering they beat KCB in the semis last season. And for KCB to go to Nakuru and put on such a score, it's a bit telling of how the rift between the two teams. So if it's anything to go by, it's KCB and Cabras again.
So as we're saying, we're talking about these Kenya Cup sides, and this is what Impala and both Nondis, the two teams that we're watching today, are striving to do to get back into Kenya Cup. How do you get into that Kenya Cup and don't find yourself in a position like this again, where you're relegated and be able to become competitive? What really needs to be done?
Judging by what Nondis has done, you need to maintain your squad. You need the chemistry to be there, and for there to be chemistry, the squad has to be together. So that is one thing that has to be done, and you have to win your games. You have to win your games easy. Like the games, on paper you see this one is a win. You have to get those ones and get the bonuses if you can. Yeah.
Okay, as you can see, you've heard it here from former Kenya international and Kenya Impala player Kevin Gisore. He's very confident about his side, and so was Vincent Mose, as we heard earlier on. So it's really going to be a feisty affair, and we hope the players can live up to their expectations. And thank you very much, and we welcome you all to this Impala versus Nondis game on Gong Road, Nairobi. And up in commentary, I have Michael Kwambo, who will be taking us through the game. Hey, Michael, karibu.
Thank you very much, Charles Kadovilis and Kevin Gisore, just giving us some insights of this game. We are at the Impala Club, the venue of this clash between Nondis and Impala, two teams with a very proud and rich history. Nondis, remember, they are 17-time Kenya Cup champions, the last of their titles coming way back in 1998. Impala Saracens, on the other hand, 10-time Kenya Cup champions. The last time they did win the Kenya Cup was in 2009. Now, these two teams, of course, have gone through tough fortunes over the past number of years, relegated to the KRU Championship, and they are meeting in this Gong Road Derby, a big game, as you just see the crowd here at the Impala Club. Obviously, the fans and players looking forward to this great fixture. It has always been a high-octane fixture, regardless of the competition that they are playing in. And making the quick dash upstairs is Charles Kadovilis, joining me in the commentary booth. Must be very fit, Charlie.
Yes, yes, thanks. Thank you, Michael. I had to find my way up here, yes. They put us up here. Great vantage point. We can see Nondi's warming up there. It's definitely going to be a feisty affair. Lots of running rugby, if anything is to go by from the history of these two teams. Really looking forward to this one, even though it's just a KRU Championship Cup.
Definitely a big game, Charlie. And let's talk about, the atmosphere. You can see the fans. They've shown up here in numbers, engaging in a bit of banter before kickoff. The die-hard fans of the two
definitely.
teams.
The fans are coming in and trickling in. They want to see this one. This is actually a big one. There's lots at stake here, especially for Impala, as we've been talking about. They need to win this one and win it big to get into those playoff positions. Yes, I mean, all the fans are out. You can see young, old, ladies, gentlemen. There's children here, ready to enjoy some hot, scintillating rugby.
Definitely, and I'm sure there is a lot more in the stands other than the scintillating rugby. A game for everybody, as we can see the little ones there also just engaging in the warm-ups. Just catch a glimpse of Callum Oliver, the Nondi's coach. The players obviously going through their motions before kickoff. What goes through your mind, Charlie, at this point in time before kickoff in such a big game?
I mean, first of all, you're thinking all week that you're playing Impala or you're playing Nondis. It's really been a big rivalry over the days. And then there's a lot of banter been going between the players, between former players, between management and fans. So it's really massive. And what you're thinking is that you just want to win this game for bragging rights, And and that's what it's about. And you'll find that there'll be nerves in the first 10 minutes, and then once they settle in, the rugby starts to come. You know how it goes, Michael.
Definitely, and you've played in this fixture before. How has it been at those levels?
Oh yeah, man. We had some really top clashes, and what was exciting in those days is that then we
hey Charlie, nice shades.
Yeah, yes. Protecting from the sun.
Definitely.
Yeah, looking eager for the game. And as you were saying, we had some big clashes those days. And as Callum Oliver, the Nondi's coach, was saying, there's a lot of former players on either side. Those days, I remember playing with the likes of the great Benjamin Ayimba, the late Chums, who we are playing this trophy for, Dan Weku, Zedi Akwanyi, Curtis Olago. They were all Impala boys and playing for Nondis at that time. Some great rivalry.
Definitely. Now pictured there is the match referee, Vincent Muiruri. He is the man who will be taking care of this fixture. But like we were talking about the game, what happens definitely is going to be high octane, and we are looking forward to a hot rugby afternoon here at the Impala Club.
Yeah, the ref will have quite a bit on his hands today, apart from the two teams and the pressure, the heat out there. But then again, why not? This Nondi side have been very strong, Michael, unbeaten so far, and this very experienced Impala side will be looking to break that unbeaten run today. So we are definitely up for a really good game. We really hope we're not talking about the referee and focused on the two teams, so that we can enjoy ourselves this afternoon.
Definitely, we are looking forward to a great game of rugby as they just go through the final motions, and the teams and the players exchanging pleasantries. And as it was mentioned earlier, lots of players who have played for both sides, Charlie. Yes.
I mean, some exciting times. This, apart from being a KRU championship, it also doubles up or triples up as the Chums Cup. Chumrero, who played for both clubs, unfortunately passed on. May his soul rest in peace. And also, it's also the OG Cup, and we know he played for both clubs. And yes, a lot of history, as you're saying, which goes way back, powerhouses in Kenya rugby. And it would be good to see both of them back in Kenya Cup, Michael.
Definitely two teams that have brought a lot of color and beauty to the game of rugby, as witnessed by the fans there in the stands, Charlie.
Definitely exciting times. See a former Impala player there in the crowd. He's always part of the big supporter, Mr. Peter Duati, enjoying it there with the rest of the supporters as the two teams take the pitch. Impala in their normal red, striking red, and the Nondis, as they know, the white shirts. This is definitely going to be one to watch.
Definitely, and one man to watch there, a man in shirt number 10, Samuel Oliech, as we just see the fans go through the motions before kickoff. There will be some formalities before kickoff, as you see the Nondis squad going into a huddle.
Yeah, it's
And lining up for Impala, we do have Joshua Matasi, Decent Kisa, Brian Ocheng, Frank Kaduda, the captain, Tyson Okoth, Victor Imela, Henry Rabach, Aaron Adanja, Xavier Kipngetich, Samuel Oliech, Derek Kinyari, George Okoa, Anthony Nyandigisi, Timothy Makia, and Tony Kadambi. Replacements: Evan Somundi, Gerald Wire, Tariq Gige, Polo Imbo, Onesmus Kinyanjui, James Mwangi, Patrick Mutuku, and Churchill Obat. There will be a minute of silence in memory of the departed heroes who are being honored in this game. Departed soldiers being honored in this match. Samson Chums Odhiambo, he was a hard-hitting flanker in his day, but let's go to the Nondis lineup. Collins Odiori, Frank Mutuku, Eric Shimoli, Brian Sinei, Ryan Odua, Brian Amaitsa, Fidel Olo, Charles Omondi, Ian Mungwani, Kanyiri Kariuki, Alvin Marube, Victor Rogena, Charles Odhiambo, Daniel Okito, and Fidel Stoney. Replacements: Boniface Ochieng, Boniface Amimo, Yusuf Abdullahi, Stephen Odhiambo, Fred Shisia, Saidi Sumba, Calvin Sheunda, and Sankara Wafula.
some really, really exciting players in that.
Center referee Vincent Muiruri just calling for both sides to be alert before kickoff. Charlie, as you were saying.
Yeah, some really, really exciting players in that kickoff. I'm really excited to see. You know, we're talking about the back line. You mentioned Samuel Liech, but the forwards, there's some really, really exciting forwards there. That's the coach we're talking to, Vincent Mose. He seemed pretty confident. Good to see him coaching after a very, very, very brilliant career. As we wait for the kickoff, waiting for a ball to get on there for this contest to kick off.
Picture there, Kanyiri Kariuki, one of the players who's played for both sides.
Very, very true. It's going to be an interesting halfback battle there with Xavier. Him versus Xavier, that should be exciting too. Both very, very experienced players, very talented players.
Okay. Right.
I guess we are ready to go, Michael.
Definitely Vincent Muiruri going through his final motions. And this match is underway. The kickoff from Kanyiri Kariuki. Not fielded by Timothy Makia.
Knock on. Offside.
The advantage is with Nondis early on, just the way you want to start this game. Impala have been penalized for an offside early on. Xavier Kipngetich, experienced scrum half there, just urging his players to keep their heads up early on. This is Kariuki, that pot for touch, deep in Impala territory.
All right, red.
Early moments in this game.
Step, white, step.
Just catch a glimpse of the ground here at the
Stay
Impala
10,
club.
stay 10, watch 10.
There's a slight breeze that is sweeping across the pitch as Frank Mutuku, he has been capped for the Kenya Simbas. The line out throw claimed in the air. He's falling early on. This used to be a preserve of their game back in the day.
Play.
Samuel Liech. This is Impala running the ball from deep in their half.
Wow, we just shows how Impala want to play this game. Like running from getting out of jail with the mistake that Nondis made there and running it from their 5-yard. And they've made a good 50 meters sitting in Nondis 10-yard. Really just shows the intention of what they want to do today.
Certainly, and it looks like a script of a Nondis and Impala game from 20 years ago. Nondis in the forwards, Impala with the fleet-footed backs. From the line-out throw, is claimed by Brian Sine. He has been vital for Nondis this season.
Oh, great defense there by Impala. Nice clinical tackle, forcing the mistake there from the Nondis player. And now we get a chance to see the first scrum down and see who takes the advantage early. And Impala in an exciting place in the pitch to create attacking position for them. Let's see what they have.
From the scrum feed, Impala look to be in possession, but they are penalized.
Wow, some real power in that Nondis front row.
They started moving, you went up.
Putting the Impala pack under all sorts of pressure.
Picture there, the Nondis captain, Fidel Olo. He's played his rugby at Cabras in Kisumu. Also another former Kenya international. That's a touch finder, perfect one from Kanyiri Kariuki. Eating up a lot of territory for Nondis. Getting Impala on the back foot early on.
Go the back. Receiver, watch your receiver. Red receiver, you stay to 1.5 meters. Receiver, you're not in the line out. No, the receiver. Them, the receiver should not be in the line out. Receiver stays 2 meters.
3 minutes of stop and play. We've not really seen much rugby. Both teams have really not settled into it.
No, still the receiver. He's supposed to be here. He doesn't launch in the lineup afterwards. He doesn't stay in and then launch.
Certainly, and Nondis electing to take the scrum down. Remember, an Impala player penalized for his infringement in the line-out. This is an opportunity for another former Impala man, Ian Mugwani, has come through the Saracens age grade systems. Now a mainstay for Nondis. They look to get their backs into the game. It's a big carry from Victor Rogena. Nondis patient in their build-up, finding the floor again. Second phase of attack. This is Charles Omondi, experienced campaigner. Add a lot of steel to the Nondis forwards. Umbwani. Oh, then that handling error, killing the momentum, Charlie.
Wow, wow. Just when we thought we were getting some momentum, and knock on there.
Knock on.
And it comes from the man who we praised moments ago, Brian Sine, but he still has had a very stellar season for Nondis. He was outstanding during the pre-season Impala Floodlit tournament. Continues to be an asset for Nondis.
Let's get it. Clutch! Boy! Set! Steady. 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 Steady.
Well, it's another penalty there. Nondis again showing their power in that scrum down. It was Impala's feed, and again you see Tyson, of course, having a word with the ref. He seems not to be comfortable. This is the second time he's gone up to him after one of the scrummages, and just wondering what's going on, what's going wrong with those scrum downs. They better get it sorted out, otherwise they'll find themselves conceding too many penalties to this Nondi side.
This is a kick at goal for Nondis. They certainly are punishing Impala in the scrum downs. he said, a lot of power from the Nondi's front row. And just looking at that front row, Collins Odiori, Frank and Eric Shimoli, solid in the front row, and obviously getting Impala on the back foot. Well,
just sums up the game, Michael.
Certainly does.
That was woeful, to say the least. And both teams have just not settled in it. I don't know if it's a bit of nerves, the sort of the game getting to them, the moment.
It probably is the nerves that you were talking about early on, the opening 10 minutes, but I'm sure they are going to settle. Remember, Impala looking to close the regular season on a high. Nondi's looking to close also unbeaten. They've won all 10 of their previous fixtures. They will be looking to make it 11 out of 11 ahead of the playoffs. That is Brian Amaitza with the chase, but it's still will be a line out for Impala.
Another mistake by Nondis there. Kick the ball straight out into touch, and it gives Impala an opportunity just outside Nondis 22 to set up an attack, but they need to get this line out right first.
Certainly the set piece will be vital for both teams. This is decent Ekisa, the line out throw. Impala struggled with that, but keep possession. A break early on. Referee Vincent Muiruri calls for the infringement.
Wow. Xavier caught the Nondi's forwards napping, found a gap through there, but just couldn't get that final pass through. The referee calls it forward.
Certainly Xavier Bet, one of those nippy scrum halves, playing against his protege Ian Mugwani. That should be an exciting battle in the halfbacks. There's Mugwani in possession. Is booted downfield, but only into the waiting arms. The Impala backs as they drive forward, going into contact. That is a big drive there from Derek Kinyori. Aaron Adanja carrying it 2 meters forward. Etich bringing in Joshua Matasia, former Kenya under-20 international. This is looking promising for Impala. This is the first fluid phase of play we're seeing in this fixture as they enter the Nondi's 22. Remember, it remains scoreless 10 minutes in. Another big carry there for Impala. They are in prime real estate. Try line is beckoning. Kitngetich bringing in Yandigisi. And then the ball is spilled, Charlie.
Jeez. I just think he took the wrong option there, Yandigisi, whipping it back into his forwards, just where all the traffic was in the defense, and made it quite easy. And another knock on, another mistake after what was quite an exciting bit of play there. Finally, after 10 minutes.
Do you think that they were being elaborate and sticking to what the coach had instructed them to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think the options were out wide, and that's where they needed to come. The Impala sort of, Nondi's defense was a bit stretched there. So we see another scrum again. 10 minutes in, Nondi's ball. Nondi's will be looking to clear this. Get out of the danger zone. A bit of a stoppage there. Looking for a ball. Again, we just saw a bit of flashes, and Impala just need to stick to what they know. The Impala that we know, if they play that ball out wide, get their players in space, they will definitely find holes in this Nondi's defense.
Certainly, and they have the remaining 29 or so minutes to do so in this half. There's a scrum feed for Nondi's. Ian Mugwani with the scrum feed. Exit play will be crucial for Nondi's. The ball is played backfield to Kanyiri looks to have sliced that kick. Doesn't find touch. Again, it is plucked from the air by Timothy Makia. And the penalty. For every brilliant moment, there is an infringement.
Hold his own pass. Hold his own pass. Yeah, no, wait for the ball pass. No, wait for the ball
Again,
pass.
just
Wait
no
for the ball
fluidity,
pass.
not
Held
getting
on,
the
went
phases
down.
going. Gets isolated there. Great turnover by the Nondis loose forwards. Fidel Olo at his best.
Yeah.
The poacher himself.
All right.
He's quite the character on and off the pitch.
Then
He is the leader of the Nondis men on
Wait.
this ground this afternoon.
he's my mark. Red, you here.
This
All
is
right.
another experienced campaigner there, Frank Mutuku.
Watch 10, 8. 10.
I only always ever remember him being at Nondis, no other club, Charlie.
Yeah, you must remember he had his stint at Cabras.
That must have been a very brief stint, and as we speak, the team's surging forward again. Sinei with the show and go. Excellent from the lock, Charlie. You don't see that from the
Yes,
forwards.
yes, find his space. Good dummy there that the Impala defense
Okay,
bought.
no.
Nondi's getting to build some phases now.
Taco, red. Out red.
This is Mumbwani
Red, stop.
desperately looking for that ball. He gets it, and that is Fidel Olo just bumping off his opponent, creating another platform for Mumbwani as Nondis surge forward, looking to stretch
Back.
the Impala defense. And then the final delivery, Charlie.
Yeah. Oh, it's been so much start and stop, Michael. It's not been very exciting to watch, to be honest. It's showing glimpses of what it can be, and then it all just breaks down.
White. Here.
That was innovative from Daniel Okito, but unfortunately that ball went out to touch.
Okay, play.
Both teams struggling with their lineouts, even though they keep possession. This is Xavier Kipngetich. Samuel Liech has been rather quiet in the opening quarter of an hour.
No.
That kick is high and hanging, causing problems for Nondis initially, but claimed by Alvin Marube up against his former team. One of the close season transfers. Solid defense there from Impala. It excites the crowds here. The penalty, the quick tap, Ian Mumbwani obviously playing the referee's advantage.
No 10.
Ian Mumbwani, popularly known as Mabwa, trying to catch. Took a quick one there, trying to catch Impala napping. Impala players were caught not the required 10 meters back. It gives Nondis a chance to attack from a line out just outside Impala's 22. As you're saying, you know, the set piece has been very shaky.
My mark
The
here,
line outs have not been
white.
very clean.
Here.
Let's see
Red
what
here.
Nondis have in store for us now.
Definitely, and we just got a glimpse of the fans there, obviously following the proceedings as well. It remains scoreless after 15 minutes of play. Mumbwani with the delivery to Fidel Olo. He is brought to the floor but keeps it alive for Nondis. Sinei seeing a lot of the ball in the opening 15 minutes and then spilling it.
Taco.
Impala forcing the turnover.
Brilliant turnover by Samuel Liech. We're used to seeing him in attack, but he's showing his defensive qualities there.
Stay.
Gives Impala a chance to attack now, deep down from their half.
Stay.
And this match living up to
Advantage
what
over
a
there.
derby is all about. Anxious moments, but still no scores.
Stay wide. Stay.
Is it me or Nondis struggling with their exit plays?
Yes. I mean, ideally you want to be looking for touch there. You're getting themselves in a bit of trouble. You test these Impala backs and you allow them to run, they'll punish you.
Taco, red. White. No.
Kipngetich, Yandigisi, Oliech,
Taco.
bringing in Matasi. And then
Yeah, no, he did Taco.
That's been the story.
Yeah.
Impala really struggling to get
clear.
2 or 3 phases out there.
No, clean.
Players getting
His hands are
isolated.
free. His hands were free before he went in.
Really good work there at the breakdown.
Captain, you talk to me, all right? Yes, you talk to me.
Snatch that ball. Tyson Okoth again.
No. No.
Breathe in, boys, in. Out. In. Out.
Tyson Okoth again having a word with the referee. He's not really happy. There you go, Michael. You were talking about that exit. Oh, that kick was short and
Seems to be the story of this match.
unforced error there.
Picture there, Timothy Makia. His father, Joshua Aroni, was a lock for Mombasa in the 90s and has served on the KRU board. That was the moment Makia spilled that ball.
Sit. Stay 5. Stay 5. Steady. Steady. Stay.
Mbwani, as the Nondi's forwards eating up territory.
Advantage.
This is Kariuki. He brings in Rogena. Victor Rogena has been lively for Nondis this season. Alvin Marube,
Advantage still.
as the referee continues to play the advantage. It is Nondis with the onward momentum. No, Charlie, it is quite interesting. The opening 10 minutes tended to drag, and suddenly we are heading into 20 minutes.
Give me the mark.
Yeah, and not seeing much rugby to say,
Wheeling it.
speaking honestly, and Nondi's opting here to go for the line out. Let's see what they can do from inside Impala's 22. They need to set up a strong platform here.
My mark is here. You're here, red.
Traditionally, we've seen Nondi's sort of keep it in the forwards, 8-man play and work this ball over the line. Let's see what they have up their sleeves now.
This is Mutuku.
Come in.
That was good interplay with Sine and Kanyiri. Kariuki had spotted the gap.
Out.
Is kept alive. This is Brian Sine. Like we said, he has been at the heart of everything Nondis have done going forward. Referee playing the advantage, and that is Collins Odiori in possession.
Taco, release red.
Tip tackle down above the horizontal. Today, it's dangerous.
White options. Penalty here, penalty there. Captain. Options. No, it was out. Ball was out. Penalty here, penalty there.
Really unnecessary there by Impala.
Your call. Penalty there. Penalty here.
Certainly they were inside their own 5 and then just losing their heads and setting themselves up to concede points.
And Nondi's opting for the 3 points.
I think that's the smartest thing to do. They've tried to breach the Impala try line time and again. They've been let down by enforced errors. I know once you get your neck ahead with those 3 points, I think the game opens up. What say you, Charlie?
I mean, that's what we'll be looking for, and that's what the fans will be hoping for. They're sort of subdued at the moment.
Certainly.
Whoa.
You know, that was a surefire 3 points, but again, Kariuki missing out.
Michael, we were both speechless there for a minute.
Definitely we were. In fact,
that kick was.
definitely, and I was going to ask you what goes through the kicker's mind at that point in time in the run-up to striking the ball between the sticks or away from the sticks.
You know, the secret behind this is that, you know, through practice, you know, you're going through the same motions, the same steps back, everything. The posts don't move. Ideally, that's what your coaches would be telling you, you know. You need to keep your eye on the ball. And that's what he's not doing. He's not keeping his eye on the ball, getting his head up just before he strikes it. And that's why it's all over the place.
Certainly, as we go into a water break here, 21 minutes played, the crowd still on tenterhooks here at the Impala Club.
Yeah, definitely. The players not living up to the billing. can see the Impala Saracens flags out.
It's a great day for rugby, Charlie. The fans are here in numbers.
Wow, some former Nondis and Kenya Grace there, Tito, Kuku and Branching Inja. I see in the crowd also. Faces I haven't seen for a while.
Certainly guys who lit up the rugby scene in days gone by. What is your assessment of the opening 20 minutes?
Well, as we've been saying, it's been a lot of start-stop, no real rugby going. Both teams have struggled to put any phases, get any phases going. As the fans continue to mill in and watch this encounter. This in Kenya Rugby is a big fixture. In the context of Kenya Rugby is a massive fixture. Two powerhouses, some of the oldest clubs in Kenya scene.
And actually the most successful clubs in Kenyan history in terms of league and the cup titles.
Correct.
Between them, I think there is 35 Kenya Cup titles.
It is impressive. Nondis, obviously, from the earlier years of Kenya Rugby, were very, very dominant. And Impala sort of took over late 90s, the 2000s.
Time back on. Watch.
You mentioned that we see Samuel Liech there with the ball. He hasn't gotten into it at all, Michael.
Yeah, I'm good.
He is the sort of player that would expect to bring some spark into this Impala side.
Certainly, and that's a big kick downfield from the former Kenya international. Has represented Kenya in the 7s and 15s versions of the game. This is a break down the flank. Marube has been a live wire anytime he has been in possession.
Referee not happy there. Hands in the ruck.
Your hands, no.
And he's been very clear to the Impala players. You can hear him saying, hands in the ruck, they need to let it go.
And Impala's discipline at the breakdown is costing them. They would have been 6-0 down were it not for the woeful kicking so far from...
Not allow it. You're here. Here. You're here.
Were it not for the kicking from Kanyiri Kariuki.
Watch it, stay. Stay.
They play it tight and then look to spread the ball.
Taco!
Another
No, it's
entry
good.
into the Impala 22 for Nondis.
Taco! No hands, let's play.
That's a slicing run from Charles Odhiambo, the
Taco!
outside
Taco,
center
red.
for
Watch,
Nondis.
tackler. Stay.
Mugwani looking for the ball, he gets it. Kariuki bringing in Mutuku,
Taco!
running into that red wall. But Nondis doing well to recycle it, keep it alive. Ball is played out wide. Alvin Marube with the try line in sight.
Was that ball good?
Great tackle there.
That is super defense. So far, so good.
Okay.
Another big
Taco, what?
run there from Victor Imela.
No, play.
As they just crossed the halfway line. Impala Saracens, a
Taco!
very proud club,
It's open. It's open.
will
Nothing.
be looking to make a statement of intent in this fixture.
If they go
Watch
left,
it,
there's trouble.
Watch it, White. Watch entry, White. Back White. Advantage, red.
Really slow at the breakdown. Oh yes, they've gone left.
Play.
Attacking down that left channel. Acres of
Play,
space,
work
not
back,
the best of passes, almost a hospital pass,
Taco!
Charlie.
High.
Yeah, kept
Advantage.
it. Ref says plays on. Playing advantage to
Don't slow down the game.
Impala there.
As an animated Peter Nduati,
High tackle.
you feel that he wants to jump into the field of play. A former chairman of Impala, former player at Impala Saracens. Has been with the team
Tackle.
as
Back
Impala
white,
drive
back
forward.
Get back. Mark here.
Another
You go
infringement
back.
there.
You go back, Mark is here. You go back before you come for the ball, White.
Nondi's not
You go back
required
and then
10
come
meters
through.
back.
You go back, then come through the gate.
And Nondi is penalized for side entry, and we just heard Vincent Muiruri
Taco.
making it clear to Nondis that they must enter through the gate.
Nothing. Taco.
Oh,
No, he's good. He's playing it. He's okay. Play. Ball. Red.
From this small possession is
Makia.
ceded once again.
No entry. He was good. But White, you took it in. White, you took it in.
Impala butchered that chance to score a try there.
White, but you took it in.
Ball got nicked off them. But they still have another chance here.
But White took it in. It was a maul. We're here.
You know, looking at Vincent Muiruri, the referee, he's cut a figure of composure in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very clear about his calls. Talking to the players all the time, letting them know prior. He calls the infringement, let them know what they're doing wrong.
Bye. Sit. Steady.
Really good game so far.
Certainly, and this is another opportunity for Impala to use the ball.
Again, if Impala could just do what they did
We're here.
from their 5-yard all the way to the 22, then get that
No
ball out
comfortable to
wide.
bind both of you.
They seem to
Where you're
have
bound. Let's get
Nondis
it.
on the back foot when they go out wide. They just need to keep it that, and one-on-one, they should be able to get over the line here.
Catch.
But they need to win that scrum first. You know how it goes.
Definitely, that contest
Boy!
will be vital as we're heading into the final 10 or so minutes of the half.
Steady. Steady.
Xavier Netich with this scrum feed. And from the base of the scrum, that is an ambitious run from the scrum half. Xavier keeping a titch.
What?
Impala just keeping it tight. Carried forward by Frank Aduda. Goes over the whitewash. And Charlie, as you said, Impala just keeping their heads, keeping the cool. They breach the whitewash, the opening points of this match.
Absolutely brilliant. You can see from that set piece, they played a bit faster. The forwards came around really quick. Nondis could not keep up,
Along this line.
and they got the try. I mean, that's what they need to keep on doing. And we see an animated Vincent Mose. Very hard to get emotion out of him. That's, as you said, the big boy going over the white line there. That's Frank.
Yeah, the conversion is good. Current scores 7-0.
Frank Aduda, young lock there. Too powerful, too strong. Getting over the line. Impala will be happy about that now. Can settle some nerves after they've been on sort of the back foot most of the game.
Certainly in this game proving to be quite the contest. The attacks, the counter-attacks, the missed penalties. It has had everything a derby offers. And it's interesting how Impala do not want to kick the ball from their 22, electing to run it. You think they're playing the shorter version of the game.
It's definitely a tactic they've discussed. You can see that they want to run everything. And it's working.
Certainly that is Makia. Goes to the floor but keeps possession. And they keep it alive again down that channel. Another line break. The tackle is desperate, but it is kept alive by Samuel Lech. Impala driving forward, Victor Imela.
Good hit there. Some really good rugby, Michael.
Certainly this game has just bubbled into life. Nyandi Gisi turning back the years there with some deft footwork. Has played for Kenya at the under 20 and senior levels. And indeed was part of the squad that played at the 2009 Junior World Rugby Trophy.
Offside, White.
Yes, Anthony Nyandigisi there. He needs to get into the game a bit more and show some leadership. That's him there. Ball got stripped off him there. But some really, really exciting rugby, sort of the rugby that we sort of associate with Impala. Running out from their 10-yard and getting into Impala's 22. And now they have an opportunity for 3 points. Right in front of post.
And it's the man in the number 10 shirt, Samuel Lech.
alumni of the St. Mary's, if I must say.
You must say it. You're allowed. I'll look for an alumni of my school once I identify them and mention him as well. Samuel Lech's kick is not accurate. It had the power, it had the height, just sailing wide of the post. The scores remain 7-0.
Conditions really windy there, but I just think he took his eye off the ball. He did strike it well, got the distance.
Behind him.
Just couldn't get the direction. There we go back to Nyandegisi losing that ball in contact. Just went in there a little too high. Got overpowered by the Nondis forwards.
That was Derek Kinyori. That is a rare kick from the Impala backs. But only into the waiting arms of Mumbwani, who plays in Charles Omondi. Loses the ball on the tackle.
Strong tackle there coming in. Very uncharacteristic mistake there from Charles Omondi. I think he got a little shell-shocked how hard he got hit there. There it comes in. Brilliant, getting driven back. Textbook.
Both of you knocked
Frank
it on.
Aduda.
White knocked it on, then red knocked it on.
He's getting into the game after scoring that try.
No.
He shows us what he can do in defense.
Yeah.
Locks.
In guys. The kicker was here. Crouch! Bye! Set! Steady guys. Up.
Collapsing scrum there. Is it the power from the Nondis front row?
Yeah, the Nondis forwards have shown that they're really powerful. So Impala would just be looking to put that ball in and get it out as quick as possible. From where we're sitting, we can see that they've loaded the right-hand side of their scrum.
You're going up, Red. White, you first of all started going up. You didn't drive straight, you went up straight. You drive straight, you drove straight up.
Very clear there from Iruri. Very clear that the Nondis forwards were driving up, straight up, trying to get an unfair advantage there. Well, and this is advantage Impala.
Certainly, as we are heading into the final 4 or so minutes of the half.
My mark is here. White, upper. Red, here.
Impala heading
On the
into
line,
this
White.
match with the momentum.
Stay 10.
With the momentum.
Stay 10.
They will be looking to make something meaningful from this line-out throw. Is deep in the Nondis 22. Decent Ekisa will be targeting Frank Aduda. And they lose the ball in the line-out and lose an attacking option. It's Nondi's ball now. That is Mumbwani. We'll be looking for Kanyiri, probably for the exit play. But I don't want to preempt anything. His body positioning is for the box kick. Is fielded by his opposite number, Kipngetich. Big hit there.
Strong run there.
Samuel Lech, deft footwork from the fly half, finding the floor, but the advantage shifts to Nondis.
Wow, big run, but then let down there again. That's isolated. And again, that Nondis defense. These forwards working really hard at that breakdown and turning it over.
You're here. This is my mark. 10 red. 10.
That is Mutuku with a line-out throw. Sinei brings in Mumbwani. Wasn't the best of deliveries, but still cleaned up by Sinei. Impala are penalized.
You go back, then you come. You go back, then you come in. You offside, you don't play.
That is Brian Sinei. His elder brother, Filden, also was a star for Nondis. Was part of the Nondis squad that won the 2012 Impala Floodlit competition.
Mark here. White, purple, red. You're here.
Well, Nondis have about a minute or so to execute this.
10, red.
Let's see if they can get some flow into their game. Just when they are on a big note.
That is Sinei, Mumbwani, Kariuki, Olo, the captain.
Ooh. Is that the commentator's curse?
We spoke too soon, Charlie. We spoke too soon. Samuel Lech looks to have fallen awkwardly as he took that kick to touch.
On the 10. My mark is here. White.
He is up on his feet. Decent Kisa, his delivery will be important for Impala. Both teams have struggled with the lineouts this afternoon. That is Victor Imela claiming it, and now Kipngetich.
That's the second time he's found that gap.
And he finds it with relative ease and also exploits it quite well. Oliech, Nyandigisi, Okoa. That was Kinyori. Derek Kinyori just marshaled into touch. There is quite the contest there between Kinyori and Marube on the wing.
We are seeing Impala now getting a bit more ball out wide, few more runs, getting over that gain line. Just need to have the presence of mind now when the ball gets to the wings is to keep it in play and get some more phases going.
Mutuku wasn't the best of line-out throws, but still kept alive by Nondis. Brian Amaitsa attempted the dummy, then went into contact. Mumbwani, Kariuki, when he gets the exit kick, it is rather short, but at this point in time, you probably want to ease the pressure that is mounting, kill the momentum from your opponents.
Yeah, I guess the halftime whistle can't come any quicker. Both teams would want to go in and just say, you know what, let's start again.
Definitely, after what has been a hot and sizzling first half.
Both coaches won't have very kind words, I think, for either side. But Impala will go in the happier if it ends this way.
This is Nyandigisi, does well to field that ball.
Oh, again.
And then again, we spoke too soon, Charlie.
Bit of handbags.
A lot. And, you know, Charlie was about to say, not only is the weather hot, but the tempers are also hot on the field of play.
Yeah, and
Captain.
let's hear what the referee has to say.
Ball there. I just want the captain. Just want the captain. I will not have that. Okay? So I didn't see any punches, anything contact the head, otherwise I would be talking a different story. But something like that happens, I'm sending someone off. All right? Control your players. No. Don't slow down the play. Don't hold on to the ball. Don't retaliate. Both sides. Cut it out. All right? Talk to your players. I'm giving you a second. Talk.
Mr. Vincent Muiruri laying down the law to both sets of captains. Tyson Okoth doesn't seem too pleased by Muiruri's words.
My time is off.
Fidel Olo, on the other hand, taking in everything and obviously some time in the cooler.
Wow.
Definitely, this match has given you everything a derby gives
Mark
you.
here,
And
yes.
only played 40 minutes, Charlie.
Yes, the scores don't tell the story,
Watch
but
10, watch 10, watch 10, watch 10.
it's had
move
its
10.
dramas.
So many plots
Red
and
move.
subplots.
Red, step.
We still have 40 minutes to go.
Play.
And with that
Heads
handling
up.
error, the first half of this
Half time.
clash between Impala and Nondis comes to a close. It is the Impala Saracens taking the 7-0 lead into the interval. What has been an incident-filled first half. This is KRU Championship
It's half
match
time.
day 11.
Match. Eh? Omeka just 1 minute.
So we're going into halftime. We will catch you on the other side of halftime. Remember, it has been quite the match in the first half. 2 yellow cards to Samuel Liech of Impala and Fidel Olo from Nondis. 2 missed penalties from Nondis. Kanyiri Kariuki fluffing the opportunities to put Nondis ahead. Both straightforward penalties that he missed. And then current scores at halftime: Impala 7, Nondis 0. Take you downstairs to
Wow. From the Impala grounds, it's halftime. Impala 7, Nondis 0. It's been a really scrappy game. With me is former Nondis player and top fan, Eddie Omondi. Eddie, your views on the game so far?
Nothing we expected, of course. It's a slow start for the boys. Hopefully they can settle at some point and they're able to play some game. I think they're putting a lot of undue pressure on themselves and coach is having a word with them. Hopefully something better comes up.
What would you be telling? Okay, you're on the Nondis side. What do you be telling your Nondis boys? They've hardly gotten into second gear. What do they need to do to come out of the tracks?
They just need to settle down and play. They have been good all season. They are on game 10. They haven't lost a game, but they're struggling to settle. So the sooner they settle, the easier they're able to play. Then, of course, I don't think we need to play in our half. They should be playing out of their half.
You've been here. You've played many years. Maybe it's just got into their minds that the game really doesn't mean anything. They've done their bit. They're in the semi-final. Maybe they're just taking it easy, waiting for next weekend.
Hopefully not. They still need a win. That could be dissuading, but the game it's a derby, and they're playing for Chums, and they're also playing for OG Cup. So there's something for this, and I think they would get the entire bragging rights for the championship if they go the entire season without picking a loss. So picking a loss now, I don't think that's what they want, whether or not they are comfortably into the semi-finals.
If the results stay as they are and other results go Impala's way, then you could see yourself playing Impala next weekend. Is that something you're looking forward to, or would you prefer another opposition?
Not really. We are in the semi, so I think we must contend with the fact that we could play Impala or any other person, but we're ready for whatever it is. I think second half will be better. They'll be more settled. I think they'll take the game to Impala. Hopefully we can get something out of it.
The best action we've had most probably was at the end of that game, sort of the fisticuffs and the handbags between Samuel Liech and Fidel Olo. A lot of leadership sort of lacking. The game has just not gotten into second gear. What do you expect from your leaders when it comes to a game like this?
I think they're frustrated, quite honestly. They're not playing what they thought to be playing, and they are on their back foot. Impala is feeling a little dominant, rightfully so, because they are leading, and they have pretty much camped into Nondi's half. So it's good. It's rugby. It's part of it.
Let's take matters off the pitch a bit. I discussed this earlier on with Kevin Gisore about Impala. You're working your way up. What are you doing behind the scenes to make sure that Nondis do not find themselves in this position again? You need to get back into Kenya Cup. That's what it looks like. The form book says you will get there. How do you stay there, remain competitive, and make sure you don't find yourself in this position again?
I think the first part is probably to accept that you're in championship, then see how to play your way out of it. They have done a good job until this point. I still believe they can do a perfect job with it. So we want to be hopeful that even when we do get to the back to Kenya Cup, that we will not be toiling down at the bottom of the table.
Thank you very much, Eddie. We'll talk to you after the game. Enjoy the rest of the game as we check the highlights of the game. It's Impala 7, Nondis 0. You can see this was sort of Nondis sort of on the had the upper hand most of the game, but just couldn't take their chances. The kicks have been woeful for Kanyeri.
Kanyeri has been a pretty decent kicker. Last week he had a very good rate and he slotted pretty much everything. It's sad that today he's unable to do so. He missed kick right in front of the post. His clearance kicks, he's also struggling with that. So hopefully he can come back or change his boot and kick better.
Yeah, and again, as you were talking, there was a lot of kicks that went straight down to the Impala, to the back line, and they sort of took advantage of that and attacked. And you don't want to see, you see Impala, you allow Impala to play free-flowing rugby, they'll punish you. And this came from sort of their own 5-yard.
Again, yes, you don't want to be kicking into Impala's hands. Of course, that everyone knows. So the more they kick into Impala's hands, that's ball in Impala's hands, and of course they'll run at them, and they'll run at them hard. It's a game you don't want to be defending the whole game, which is exactly what has happened in the first half of the game. So until they get the ball into their hands, then they will continue to struggle as they are struggling now.
So ideally, I mean, I guess that's been Nondi's forte. You want to see them keep the ball a bit tighter and take on these Impala forwards in the forwards. That's where they'll get the ascendancy.
It has worked for them, especially off the set pieces, because they're dominant on the set pieces.
Correct.
So they get a better takeoff, but they're not maximizing that. So they're getting a better takeoff, but it's not converting into distance, it's not converting into territory, and certainly it's not converting into points. So we'll continue to struggle if they are unable to convert all that advantage into points.
Any changes you think the coaches, particularly on the Nondi side, should be making, or you think just let it go for a while and hopefully these guys can get into their groove, or just get some fresh legs on and test some other players? I mean, as you said, you're already in the semi-final. Get something going and get some players some minutes.
I think nothing is lost already this far, and if you watch all Nondi's games, even the 10 games they have won, they've always had a very slow start, and they come and settle in the second half. But still, not to preempt the coach, but I really think that that's a nice fight going on there.
Yeah, I mean, this was interesting. I was sitting up in commentary, and I and the people on TV had the privilege, and I'll just tell you, the referee actually at this point actually said, I saw nothing. I saw no punches, nothing. But the AR actually came on and then came and said she saw something else.
From here, I've seen quite a couple of punches.
I mean, we have the opportunity to watch the replays. so that was a bit of a hilarious sort of my highlight of the first half, and
I hope that gets them to settle, because that is needed sometimes in a game. When nothing is working your way, then you find a way to get into the heads of your opponent.
Yeah, let's leave it at that, and hopefully that they can get, after 10 minutes they would have rested. They can come back on and give us some leadership. As you can see, the crowd has turned up today, and we hope the fans can put some smiles on some of those faces that we are seeing there.
Yes. Bunch of gloomy faces, but it's a good turnout for a championship, and hopefully something good comes out of this.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Eddie Omondi. Thank you for sharing that halftime insight with you. We'll talk to you after the game. As we see the teams coming back onto the pitch, I send you back to commentary with Michael Kwambo.
Thank you very much, Charlie Cardovillis. That was a very interesting halftime talk Definitely just capturing what happened in the first half. Players beginning to make their way onto the field of play for the second half, the final 40. If you're joining us, this is KRU Championship Match Day 11 action. The Ngong Road Derby, the Samson Chums Odhiambo Memorial Cup between Impala Saracens and Nondescript's current scores 7-0. That try from Frank Aduda, the difference. And rugby is a game for everyone, young and old. You can see some young kids here following the action, obviously being brought to soak up the atmosphere. Definitely a great day to be out with the family and to enjoy the rugby that is here at the Impala Club. In our picture there, Anthony Nyandigisi. Just catch a glimpse there of the Nondis players as well. It's going into their final motions before we get the second half underway. Center referee Vincent Muiruri will be making his way onto the field of play anytime now. Remember, the game cannot continue without him. Both teams with men in the sin bin. For Impala, Samuel Oliech and Fidel Olo. This game got quite heated towards the close of the first half. The referees are making their way shortly onto the field of play, but Anthony Nyandigisi waiting for the cue. Vincent Muiruri making his way to the center of the pitch, giving the signal for the restart. Samuel Oliech still spending time in the bin. It looks like he's having a conversation with Fidel Olo, probably reviewing what it is that got them into the bin.
Camera shy. The guilty are afraid.
They certainly are. Fidel Olo, you didn't think that he would be this shy. Hard tackling back row.
It's a lonely 10 minutes there.
It's time for you to think about your actions.
Definitely. As we wait for the kickoff, Impala's Anthony Nyandigisi to get us started. The second half, 7-0, Impala leading.
Fielded by Ian Mubwani. Get into an early moment of ping pong, but Impala will not want to run to keep this ball. Searching run once again there from Kinyori. Actually, that was Tony Kadambi. Possession is ceded. It is Impala losing possession. Nondis playing it to Eric Shimoli. I don't expect him to find touch. Instead, he takes the contact, creates a platform. Kipngetich, Matasi, 2 meters forward for Impala. Kipngetich, another opportunity for Impala. That ball lost by Henry Rabach.
Well, another chance to get some points on the board.
As you see, former Impala chairman Peter Nduati animated in the stands.
Tells the story.
Surely does. Story of passion.
Just those passes not going to hand. Impala had the men over.
Peter Nduati, you'd think that he'd want to get onto the field of play. Former Impala man himself.
Yeah, you see Peter Nduati, you see Impala.
Yes, certainly do.
Okay, steady, up.
Great servant of the game, on and off the pitch.
Indeed, he has also served on the Kenya Rugby Union board in days gone by.
All right.
No. And as you said, Charlie, a great servant of the game. Umbwani will be looking to get Nondis out of their 22. Impala have begun with the early momentum.
Again, I'm just watching how Nondis have set themselves up for a run. Surprisingly, I think this has caught Impala. I think it caught Impala napping. I think they were expecting the exit, the kick.
Mark here. Mark. Roll away.
And Nondis are awarded a penalty for their efforts.
This will be Kanyiri Kariuki looking to get Nondis further up the field. And he does that with that territorial kick. It's actually Calvin Shiunda.
My mark is here. You're here, red. You're here, white. Okay?
Frank Mutuku, this line-out throw will be crucial to Nondi's momentum. Not the best of deliveries, and Nondi's seed possession. Decent Kisa cleaning it up for Impala. Kipngetich plays it short.
Taco! Wide out! Back, out, out, out.
Big kick downfield from Anthony Nyandi Gisi. He put on his big boy pants there. Nyandi Gisi.
Yeah, it's about time. He needs to sort of take charge. His compatriot Samuel Lech is off the pitch, so he needs to sort of take the leadership.
Yeah. Red, you're here.
And get Impala on the front foot again.
No, no, wait.
That was cheeky from Decent Kisa.
They're already here. Don't do that.
And for that, he just gets a talking to from Vincent Muiruri.
10 white. 10.
Again, both sides struggling with the lineouts, but it doesn't matter. What does it?
Elbow. I cancel the knock on.
It's really been a...
Hold it. Captain.
It's been a sore side.
Captain. Relax. Captain.
For,
Captain.
I mean...
Captain. I'm talking to you. There was a knock on. I've cancelled it because of the penalty. All right? Okay?
I'm just telling them.
Yeah. Yes. So we'll talk to your players. All right. Time back on.
Well, we just heard Vincent Muiruri explaining the decision to Tyson Okoth. Tyson Okoth is a former Kenya under-20 captain. Played for the Kenya under-20s during Paul Odera's stint as head coach. Another one-club man has been at Impala through and through.
White step. Step red.
Nondis have another chance to get their set piece right.
And they do. That is a beautiful delivery, and the ball eventually played into the backs, creating a platform as they launch out of their half. Mumbwani.
Just trying to force the issue there with the pass back inside. So nothing really on. Pass didn't go to hand, and Impala have another chance now to attack Nondis.
Certainly you can see the pressure that they are forcing on Nondis into the unforced errors.
Must remember both teams are down a man. Nondis missing a flanker in Fidel Olo, their captain. And Impala missing the influential Samuel Lech, who's playing in at number 10 today.
Steady white. Steady.
Certainly very critical components missing on both sides. This is a big drive from the Impala forwards. For the first time in this match, they are looking dominant in the forwards.
Wow. Big scrum there from Impala, taking advantage, I guess, of the extra man and milking the penalty from that. Really well played. Really, really well played. You can just see how your number 9s are always itching to get the ball out of there, and you can feel
the urgency from the number 9s.
So, white, you're here. Red.
That was some smart thinking from Aaron Adanja. Just milked that penalty. from the line out. Kisa will be targeting Impala, still kept alive. Nyandi Gisi. Adanja.
AR, let's listen in. AR had the flag out. Not straight in the line out.
Options
Not his ball.
Line out, scrum. Scrum.
It will be a scrum feed for Nondis.
Yeah.
Definitely are struggling to cope with the absence of Fidel Olo.
No, that's up to you.
Sin bins should be coming up to an end any moment now. Both teams will soon be back to their full complement of 15 players.
Couple of changes there by Nondis.
Stay bound white. Stay bound white. Stay.
That is Charles Omondi. I've seen him do that twice in the second half. He was rather quiet in the first half. Quickly taken penalty there, Victor Rogena. Impala have forced the turnover. Again, there are so many flashpoints in this match.
Yeah, just no flow at all. It's been the story of our afternoon. Really, really cagey affair. A lot of turnovers, unforced errors.
Xavier Kipngetich. One of many former Kenya internationals on this pitch. And certainly has been influential, but a penalty there.
You bring it down because you're not bound. Mark.
Both teams back to full complement. Fidel Olo, Nondis captain. And Samuel Lech for Impala back on. Both really influential players for their teams.
White, mark, red, mark.
Probably the game can again bubble into life. Remember, the first half started in similar fashion.
Back, red,
It was
back.
quite tentative before it opened up.
Nice.
Sine. Placements on for Nondis, and this is Fidel Olo, breaks one tackle. It takes two to slow him down. Samuel Lech looks to have stolen that ball. But it is Nondis with the advantage. Two replacements for Nondis, Steven Odhiambo and Fred Shisia on the field of play.
Adding some firepower. Steve will bring a lot of energy into that Nondis back row, and leadership too.
Certainly a very experienced player, has had a stint at Kenyatta University Black Blood, an alumnus of the St. Mary's School in Yala, Charlie. You shuddered for a moment. Sir.
I knew you'd get me back at some point.
Watch it.
Good one.
Watch it. Stay. Stay.
This is a big scrum from Nondis.
Really powerful.
Advantage white. Advantage, use it.
And that is Odhiambo's first order of business. Secures that ball. Mumbwani
Advantage white.
is kept alive for Nondis.
Tackle, release red. Red out. Out.
The platform is created. Odhiambo full of running since his introduction about 3 minutes ago.
Still advantage white.
Boniface Amimo,
Tackle, red,
former
release
Catholic
red.
Monks player.
Out, out, out. Advantage
Another
control.
replacement for Nondis in the forwards.
What is available?
The penalty advantage is with the white shirts.
Options. Options, penalty here.
Remember, they continue to trail in this game 7-0. That try from Frank Aduda in the first half. The difference between Impala Saracens and Nondescripts. If you're joining us, Nondi's in the white and red, Impala in the all-red strip. This is KRU Championship Match Day 11 action coming to you from the Impala Club. Final day of the regular season ahead of the semi-final playoffs.
Mark is here.
Both sides effecting changes. Get some fresh legs out there.
And looking at the squad sheets, Impala have an experienced campaigner in Paul Oimbo. I believe you and I both played with Paul Oimbo.
Yes. Really, he's still going strong.
And it's a great thing to see, a great thing for the game.
Definitely. Especially playing with what Impala went through, getting relegated. He's come back to help the club. Keep pushing these younger players. Great to see. That's what rugby is all about.
Definitely, and we do look forward to seeing him on the field of play at some moment.
Steady.
Both sets of forwards holding firm, but it is Nondi's.
Oh. Wow.
Mark here. Mark there.
They cede possession there.
Interesting. Nondis seemed to have the upper hand there.
Credit to the Impala forwards holding firm against
Mark
the
here.
tenacious Nondi's forwards.
White, you're here.
This is the incident that led to the penalty.
Stay white, stay red.
Referee not happy with the drive there.
Not straight.
Another
Options. Scrum or line out.
Another set piece gone wrong. It's just rather unfortunate. You know, we can't really get any rhythm going if we can't get the set piece right.
Number three, angling.
Something that we really need to work on as a country as a whole, technically, to improve if we want to challenge the top guns.
Certainly, because we always get slaughtered in the forwards. If not in terms of size, in terms of technique, and as you rightly put it, an area that needs to be worked on. This is hard running once again. Fidel's Tony has been quiet for Nondis. The ball is formed.
Now, you lose it. Okay. White, you brought it in. You brought it in, you lose it, White. Mark.
Again, Nondis finding themselves in the right area of the field, but losing possession all the time, Charlie. Will be a scrum down and a scrum feed for the Impala Saracens. Xavier Kipngetich, the scrum feed. It's picked up from the base of the scrum. This is Tariq Ngige driving forward. The crowd here is excited. The contest for the ball is furious. Kipngetich desperately looking for that ball. Probably was also buying time for the penalty to be awarded. It is quickly taken. Kipngetich, then Makia with the handling error, killing the momentum that Impala were building. 56 minutes played here at the Impala Club. It remains 7-0 in favor of the hosts, Impala Saracens. That delivery from Kipngetich, not fielded by Makia.
Again,
Crouch.
Impala trying to play some fast ball, but again, the execution
Fine.
letting them down.
Set. Steady. Steady. Steady, Red. Steady.
Mubwani is Wafula.
More. Some more.
Really good defense there by Samuel Liech. Ball and all, holding up the attacker. And he wins Impala the ball. Really, really good defense. Showing all his experience there.
Certainly bringing in the defensive aspect of play. Let's just get a confirmation of that substitution. Boniface Ocheng in for Francis Mutuko. And that's the moment the decision went against Nondis.
Steady push, guys. Crouch.
As things stand, Nondis lead the KRU Championship undefeated to date. Impala sitting in 5th position. They would need today's results and other results elsewhere to go their way if they want to get into that 4th position. Fight for the playoffs.
Definitely, they adapted to life in the championship rather difficultly. Some defeats early on obviously killed their momentum. And just looking at their form in the past 5 games, 3 wins and 2 losses. Nondis, well, they've been unbeaten all season. But they trail in this particular fixture. Ball is fielded and booted downfield by Kinyori into the waiting arms of Odhiambo. Mumbwani. Odhiambo loses the ball. Samuel Liech in possession. The kick downfield, the chase is on. The crowd here is lively. The action on the pitch is frenetic. Kick downfield is fielded as Tony Kadambi. Referee's whistle has sounded though. Kadambi expending a lot of energy that he'll probably need in the closing moments of the game. Vincent Mose, Chris Majale, they are pensive on the bench. Well, that has been the liveliest phase of play in the second half so far, Charlie.
Yes, got the crowd off their feet. Got me excited a little bit also up here.
And probably
He's been full of running today.
Certainly he has. Tony Kadambi, former Kenya under-20 international. And probably this sets the stage for the final 20 minutes of the match, Charlie.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. As you see, Stephen Odhiambo, as we mentioned earlier, in for Bran Matasia.
White. Here.
And Nondis have another chance to attack from the line out.
Time off.
It's just about
Time off.
at the halfway.
Water break. Water. No technical briefing, guys.
We're going to a water break, Michael. Coincidentally, if Impala make that 4th spot, they play Nondis again, which so if this is anything to go by, then that will be a really tight encounter.
Certainly is going to be very exciting if that happens. Now picture there Paul Oimbo, long-serving player at Impala Saracens. Played his rugby initially at Mwamba before making the move to Impala, where he has been for over a decade and a half. Players are just going through the motions. Nondis getting the instructions from Keelan Oliver.
You know, you remember in our day, you can go through a season unbeaten, finish on the top, comes down to the playoffs and it all breaks down. Impala were really good at that, always finishing 4th and sweeping sides when it came to the playoffs.
Definitely.
And winning the... So it all comes down to your form at the end of it all. And coach there, Callum, will not be happy with what he has seen so far. The fans, Mr.
Obviously.
Peter Ndwati,
Doesn't look at ease, Peter Nduati. As you said, a long-serving Impala man.
Yeah. That's Joel Karobio, Kenya Harlequins.
And obviously, some beautiful ladies watching the game as well. Rugby is a game for everyone.
Definitely, definitely.
Young and old, big and small, handsome and beautiful.
Beauty and the Beasts.
Certainly.
The beasts are here behind. We can't show our faces.
Play continues. A big kick from Sami Oliech. Will be a line out inside the Nondis 22.
White, you're here. White, you're here. Move all the way, White.
Decent Ekisa. Who will he be targeting from this line out throw? Well, he almost fluffed the throw, but Impala do well to keep possession and maul. They are driving forward. The momentum still with Impala. Kipngetich looks for that ball, looks to have a support runner and create another platform. He plays it short. The ball is on the floor. The advantage with Nondis for the handling error.
Nondi's doing really well to slow down that Impala ball.
You knocked it on. Okay. Yeah, we're in, it's in.
Locks in.
Relax.
Locks in.
Hold it, guys. Go scrum, straight push, all right?
It will be a scrum feed for Nondis. Again, looking to exit their 22.
Steady.
Impala enjoying territory
Steady.
with 18 minutes to play.
Steady. Watch it. Stay.
That was Mumbwani under pressure from Kipngetich. Plays a ball out wide. Kick downfield. Marginal territory gained there by Freedom's Tony.
White, you're here.
Decent Ekisa needs to get this delivery right. He will be targeting probably Frank Aduda. They'll look to play it short. Aduda struggles. That didn't look straight.
Watch it.
Doesn't matter because the referee doesn't call. Play continues.
Okay. Didn't touch it. Taco. Red. Steady.
Mumbwani
Watch
again
it, Red. Stay.
will be looking for that ball. Boniface Ocheng, former Kenya under-20 international, also capped by the Simbas. Made the move from Queens in the close season. Ball is lost.
No call.
Well,
No call.
if Impala have any ambitions of having a chance to play in the Kenya Cup next season, they need to step it up a gear.
Sasa hapa.
They really need to win with a bonus point, Michael,
Yes,
and hope
they-
other results go their way. Time is not on their side.
Certainly 16 minutes remaining here at the Impala Club. It remains 7-0. More points needed on the board.
Just for our listeners, our viewers out there, Nondis are in first position. They will have the home semi-final. Second position are Daystar Falcons. Third position are the boys from the Lakeside Kisumu. And currently in fourth are the South Coast Pirates, who have really been a good surprise package. And welcome face to Kenya Rugby.
Certainly, it is exotic thinking about rugby in Diani, and you should have a live production down there.
Commentating from the beach.
That would be something. We hope our director is listening. Play continues. Oliech cleans up his mess.
Play. It's open.
Nondis have forced the turnover. That was a rather messy period of play.
If you're not bound, it's not a rack. He's He's not bound. He's not bound. He's just placing the hand. Ball is open. Ball is open. It's open. There's no rack. It's open. It's open.
And the kick downfield gains territory for Nondis. And Charlie, one interesting observation: the physios on both sides, Chris Makacha and George Odhiambo,
Wow.
two very experienced guys. They have handled our national teams. It's great to see them still serving the game.
Yes, 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 definitely. I mean, they've both handled us
Certainly.
at various levels, still going strong. Great gentlemen. I mean, true servants of the game again. And Kenya Rugby is actually blessed to have them.
Indeed, unsung heroes of the game. This is Victor Impala from the line out. Carries that ball forward. Kipngetich. Another big run, Henry Rabach.
They need to go wide.
Nyandi Gisi. Okoa. Makia. Good step from the winger. Cuts inside.
Oh,
Nondis are penalized. Samuel Lech takes it quickly.
I think we have a card. Referee's had enough. That's the sort of place left.
That was not 10 for me. Yes. But he tackled.
Yes.
Number
Number 13?
13.
13, yeah.
13 white, tackled, not 10.
Not 10.
Eh.
Then there is another issue. The sub that was done, the play was on by red. They're doing sub when the play is on.
Okay.
So there are 16 on the pitch when the play is on.
All right.
Yeah.
Which substitution was that?
You have done just a sub now when the lineout was going on. Someone is going in.
So there are
They
16
broke.
players.
There are 16 players on the pitch at that lineout.
Go, captain. I'm talking to my ear.
That's what happened.
So we reverse this, we go back there
We go back there.
for a penalty for extra players.
Yeah, yes.
And then they go back to 15.
Yes.
All right. Captain.
But that guy has been
No,
he was in
relax.
the last scrum here.
Relax. So
He was in the last
it was
scrum.
supposed to be a penalty here, all right, for a player not being 10 and tackling. Supposed to be a yellow card, but I'm reversing that because they had 16 players at the line out. So they're going for that penalty over there.
No, the propose already.
Vincent Muiruri firmly handling this game and just making his decision clear, and there will be no questioning him.
Wow. Wow.
It's reminiscent of a visit to the principal's office.
Line out. Mark your line out.
My word is final. Take it or leave it.
Or call your father.
Tyson's, of course, please go unheard. He's still in the referee's ear.
Relax. It's a penalty. You say, you speak to me.
I don't think he's going to change his call, Tyson.
Yeah. Okay. My time is off.
Wow, that's a big call.
At the penalty. We talk at a breakdown.
It's taken,
Okay?
taken Impala all of 50 meters back and into their half, defending.
Time back on.
Mumbwani with the tap penalty. Steve Odhiambo
Tackle.
carries the ball forward. Respite for Impala. Nondis, you feel, were a tad too anxious.
Hey. Silence.
And forced into the handling error.
Mark here. Upper. We are here.
Two sides that really pride themselves in really good rugby, but it's really been a disjointed affair.
Mark
Indeed,
here,
as Saidi Sumba comes on for Ian Mumbwani.
Boy.
Ian hasn't really, Mabwa, as he's popularly known, hasn't really had much impact today.
Straight.
Really talented, flashy player. Not seen much of him.
That was an excellent take from Nyandi Gisi. Lifts his head and exploits the space downfield. Massive from Nyandi Gisi. Exquisite.
Yeah. Very uncertain.
But like you said, Charlie, that's the kind of leadership we needed from Nyandi Gisi.
Nothing.
Remember, he can also play at
Here,
10,
twice.
and that was quick thinking from the experienced center.
White.
Definitely. Just what the coach would want, you know, play down in the opposition's half,
Time off.
force some mistakes, and hopefully get some points on the board. So we are back where we started before the penalty was reversed.
Talk about poetic justice. And the 10 minutes to play. Will something make from this latest foray by Impala into Nondi's territory? They claim the ball from the line out. Kipngetich, Oliech, Onesmus Kinyanjui, Nyandi Gisi again having a ball. Oh, brilliant from Fidens Tony, but it is anybody's ball. Cleaned up by Nyandi Gisi.
Really well done there. Even after losing his footing, oh, he spoke too soon.
The commentators curse strikes again.
White tackle. Okay. High tackle. Thank you.
AR intervenes. Calls up. High tackle, dangerous tackle.
Scrum. Mark here.
Impala call for the scrum. Out. They did win the last one.
Crouch.
Let's see what they have planned.
Bye. Set. Steady. 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 Steady.
A bit of mischief between the two scrum halves is always expected. Ball is carried forward by Ige.
Yeah, clearly can see that being naughty. Fidel Olo.
Mark here. Hands. Yeah. They're allowed to go for the ball. They're not slowing it down. They're allowed to go for it. They're not doing anything. They're going for the ball. Just a chance.
Yeah, this time they're going down.
They're allowed to go for the ball. They're allowed to go for the ball.
You know, you expected them to make that move earlier on.
No, your hands don't go beyond the ball, then come.
With about 8 minutes to play. Remember, this match also serves as the memorial fixture. This is Samuel Leach. Let's just see that early on.
Yeah, definitely. Fidel Olo guilty.
It was uncertain from Impala, Frank Aduda, but the ball eventually claimed by Kipngetich. Oliech, Gige drives forward, presents the ball. Oliech, decisive run from the fly half into the Nondi's 22, and then Impala penalized.
Wait, time off. Time off. You have anything with throwing the ball away? Do you see anything like that?
No, I didn't see that.
Sour. Time off. Holding on. Mark here. Holding on. Running into him.
Penalties quickly taken. Advantage Impala. That was Samuel Leach. Initial break. Charlie, we're back again.
Wow. Are the players not expending enough energy during the game? This is getting a little out of hand.
Vincent Mose keenly following the proceedings. Oliver probably wondering why his team is in the position that they are.
Yeah, if the score remains this way, this will be Nondi's first defeat of the season. And it's something you'd not want to take as a coach, as a player, into the playoffs, you know. Animated Impala players there having one possession.
23 red. 17. 17.
Hili kitu lazima tuongeleshe hapa.
23.
Hili mchezo lazima mrelax bado. Kuja mchezo wako kuja kufanya nini hapa?
Hey,
No, relax bwana.
relax. I spoke about this, so there's no much discussion. Again, you guys are going off. You guys have to control your players.
We're trying to.
Yes.
You don't have to kindly.
There.
There was no punches thrown this time round.
There was no
There was no punches
There was
thrown.
no punches.
Going off.
How many minutes remaining?
So we're going back to the first one.
Yeah,
First
we're
one.
going to the first one.
Just a line out. Just a line out for red. Yeah.
Boniface Samimo is going to the single. He will play no further role in this game.
Line out. Mark. Mark.
Churchill
Red ball.
Obat will also spend time in the sin bin.
No, it's a line out. You guys got thrown out.
Basically, their contribution to this fixture is
Stay
done.
dead.
Both teams will end this match with 14 men. Is played short, but
Not straight for me.
wasn't straight.
Not straight.
Remember, Nondis are chasing this game.
Scrum or line out wide. Yeah? Yes? You know what you're going to do. That's the coach's call. That's not my call.
The two offenders there, we just got a glimpse, and this is what happened.
Time off.
Looking at them in the sin bin, they look very innocent, Charlie. You
Well,
can tell that they are the aggressors.
Yeah,
Time off.
both of them have come in this second half, played very little rugby.
Time off. Time off. My time is off. My time is off.
Well,
The captain.
coach's nightmare. You think you're bringing on
Tight.
players for some
Tight.
positive impact.
Time you can ask me. Yeah.
You end up losing them to indiscipline. Well, Impala 3 minutes away from inflicting the first defeat of the season to Nondis.
Certainly the ladies have enjoyed the action here, probably updating their friends about the ongoings.
Time back on.
Winner takes home the bragging rights, the Chums Cup, the OG Trophy. Lots to celebrate.
5. Set. Steady. Mark here.
There's a free kick for Nondis. Saidi Sumba, sniping run from the scrum half, plays it out wide. The ball is carried just past the halfway line. 2 minutes remain here at the Impala Club KRU Championship Match Day 11. It is the Ngong Road Derby. Hosts Impala Saracens in the red, leading Nondescripts by 7 points to 0.
Crouch! I want to hold your weight, guys. Don't charge in. Crouch. Bind! Set! Steady. Steady. Steady.
Kinetic. Oliech Nyandigisi delays the pass, goes into contact, and then a penalty for Nondis in the middle of the park.
Elbow.
It has been a physical contest that we can't deny. And with about a minute left, tired bodies on the floor as we see there.
No. It's good.
Was Brian Sinei.
Time is still off. My time is still off.
Just feeling the impact of that play. downfield. One last roll of the dice for Nondis. Can they get to level this game? Can they get to win this game?
Watch 10, Red. Watch 10. Watch. Move 10, move 10. Play.
Sumba.
Tapo, out.
Was the captain Fidel Olo going into contact? A platform for Nondis.
Outside, advantage wide. Tapo.
Diambo has been a menace since coming on.
Advantage wide. Tapo.
Sumba, change of direction. Okito has been rather quiet in this match. Goes to the floor. Clear out from Impala. Doesn't matter, the advantage is still with Nondis. You can see the anxious fans in the stands.
Offside. Offside.
Another big kick downfield. Nondis going in pursuit of points. Remember, they continue to trail by 7 points to 0. That try from Frank Aduda early in the first half is the difference between the two sides.
Back here. Red. Here. White, you're here.
Expertly taken by Brian Sine. He is having a blinder of a season for Nondis. One last roll of the dice. What can they do from this? Ochieng is at the end of that maul. It is big, it is powerful from Nondis. Fidel Olo, will he be looking to peel off? Takes a lot of patience, a lot of focus. Impala still on the back foot. Nondis driving forward. Looking to keep their unbeaten record intact. The ball is on the floor. Solid defense from Impala. Will be a scrum feed for the hosts. That was desperate. It was determined from Nondis, but the defense from Impala was resolute.
Time off, guys. Time off. Time off. Time back on. Crunch. High. Set. Steady. Steady. Steady, guys. Go up. Up. Steady. You're new. Okay, we've been having good scrums. Hold your weight. All right?
Play continuing here, the last moment of play.
Crunch. Bye. Set. Steady. Steady, hold it.
Xavier Kipngetich, his delivery from the scrum feed will be important. Oliech with the kick downfield. Fielded by Okito. One last roll of the dice for Nondis. They're attacking down that flank. Sumba bringing in Shisia. Drives forward. This is structured from Nondis. Going in pursuit of points. Remember, their unbeaten record is at stake. The ball is stolen by Kadambi. It's driving Nondis back. Kipngetich with the kick downfield. Does it find touch? Is difficult for Marube. He feels it, but under pressure. Picked up by Fidens Tony. Shakes off one tackle. The urgency as time continues to tick is at an all-time high. The kick downfield into the waiting arms of Katambi. This has been a proper arm wrestle. It has been a contest in the Ngong Road Derby. Still is tense. Anybody's game, even though it is Impala with their noses ahead. Victor Rogena will be looking for territory. It is a Nondi's penalty. Well, they elect to run the ball. Okito playing it out wide. That pass looks to have traveled forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the last order of business. Nondi's unbeaten record comes to an end. It is Impala claiming the 7-0 win in this KRU championship match. Match day 11 action from the Impala club. Jubilation from the Impala fans. Composure from Vincent Mose. Dejection in the face of Fidel Olo, the Nondi's captain. Ladies and gentlemen, the full-time score, it is Impala Saracens 7, Nondescript 0. What a game it has been. And we take you downstairs to Charles Cadovelis.
Yes, as you've heard it, it's Impala 7, Nondis 0. Impala inflicting the first defeat of the season on Nondis. With me is the Nondis coach, Callum. Callum, your thoughts on today's game?
Well, obviously it's very disappointing. We were very poor. Couldn't build any phases, couldn't bring any structure into the game, and you know, Impala played pretty well, and yeah, and we didn't fire a shot all day, so that's what you get. We weren't smart, we didn't kick well. When we're tapping and going penalties, when we should be kicking to the corner, and we kick to the corner when we should be tapping and going penalties, and there's lots of decision-making errors which you know have been a problem a little bit all season. But the reality is, when the pressure comes, we folded.
Very disjointed game, as you say, and probably the wrong time to start losing games.
Yeah.
What will you be telling the boys during the week?
Well, we've just got to learn. We've got to take our lessons. You know, the reality is, when the pressure comes, we fold. And so we've got a pressure game next weekend. I don't know who will be against. Probably, I guess, Pirates, but who knows? I haven't heard yet. So you know, we have to build phases. We have to play under pressure. We have to play our structure and bring our structure to the game. And if we don't do that, you get beaten, and that's what happened.
Thank you very much, Callum,
Cheers,
and all the best next
Cheers,
weekend.
Callum. Thanks.
Yes, you've heard it from Callum. Yes, a very disjointed, very disappointed coach out there. With me, the winning coach, Vincent Mose from Impala. Vincent, great game. Congratulations on winning. Your thoughts on that game?
It was tense, I think, from minute 1 to minute 80. But I think the boys were up to the task. I think we defended home tough very well. And I think it's good also that, as I mentioned earlier, we've gotten a win here, which is very good.
Yeah, you could see the excitement at the end. It meant a lot to the boys, inflicting the first defeat on Nondis. Maybe just not enough to make it into the playoffs. We don't know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
But what next for your season, and what do you take from this game?
I think we've got the season is not over basically, but we've got the Enterprise Cup coming on. We have to prepare for sevens as well, and also next season. I think we didn't get a very good pre-season this year, so we want to do it differently this time. So that's what we are looking forward to.
Lastly, quite a lot of indiscipline there in the game. What would you be telling? What do you be telling your players? I mean, you are one of the good boys of the game. What would you be telling your players out there?
I think games with such magnitude, you know, emotions run high. So, but I think it's just maintain composure, stick to what you came here to do, which is play the game, and that's it. Everything else falls into place.
Thank you very much, Mose, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Well, you've heard it from Mose there. He's obviously enjoying the success and wanting to build on this for the rest of the season. They obviously have the Enterprise Cup, and they'll be seeing how they fare on. And with me, big running Tony Kadambi. Well done, Tony. You're our man of the match. How did you enjoy yourself out there today?
The game was very tough. Obviously, a lot of us at stake, so there was so much pressure to impress and actually to make it to the next stage. So all you just needed was just to calm our heads and make sure that everything is working to our favor.
Obviously, maybe you've just not done enough to get Impala into the playoffs. We don't know. We wait for the mathematics. But what are you thinking of players? Where does this from this? I mean, this is a big win.
Yes.
How do you build from this?
We really needed, from last year, the relegation, the heads were down. This win is a very, very big boost for the team because it shows we are still a side that needs to compete. Because after here, we will still have the Enterprise Cup, which we need also to impress and show up and also fight for the trophy itself.
Tony, you played really well. You are one of the standout features in a very disjointed game. Well done.
Thank you.
Look, that's you at your best and enjoying yourself. You gave us some of the highlights of the game.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much. And all the best. Enjoy the evening and the rest of your season.
I will.
Well, that was our man of the match, Tony Kadambi. Well, you got it here from us here at the Impala grounds. 7-0 Impala. Nondis losing their first game of the season, and will need to go back to the drawing board to make sure that they come through on those playoffs. From the Impala grounds, I'm Charles Cardovelis. That was Nondis 0, Impala 7. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.